Hello. Well, sorry, I'm a little busy. I really guess I shouldn't have turned it on just yet. Okay, now I think we're ready. So, I was going to say, hello, it's Nancy today, hat-free. Oh, wait. That's too much trouble. Okay, so let's head home. So I'll tell you what I did. We've been out doing stuff all morning. Yes. I went to Canadian Tire to get copies of the Key-Mate. Got copies. And then I asked if they could do my oil, so they changed my oil. Actually, it's Willem's oil in his car. And then I walked across to the post office. And I posted the key and the spares. Linda. Hi, Linda. And then I went back, got my car, and I went to a grocery store. I bought all these things that we needed. Just had to have, right? And then I went to the bank. I think that was next. Went to the bank, got to pay less, so I got some money out. And then I went to the dollar store, and they had lights on, not LED. I don't like LED lights. I guess there's some kind of a miracle, but they're so faint. So I got those lights. And then I think I had to go back to the bank. And then I went over and I saw the baby, our grandson, Desmond. He's 8.5 months old now, and he's so cute. I made a little movie about him, with him, of him. Took some pictures with him, too. And then, what else? Oh, yes, then I got a call from Willem, and Les needed more primer and top coat paint, so I got primer in town. And then I went to another place where I got the paint, the same color, butter yellow. And I also got some little tiny lights, Christmas tree lights. I have a lamp that I like to use, but it takes 3 little Christmas tree lights. And I think that's what I did. Oh, and I stopped at the drugstore and I picked up my month's worth of Enbrel. So we're good to go. And I got a Toblerone. I like Reese's cups, but since Reese's moved to Mexico, the chocolate doesn't taste good anymore. It's sort of a fatty. It's got more fat, less chocolate. So, I thought I would try a different kind of chocolate. So I got one of those Toblerones. I wonder if it's still here. An interesting kind of a container. See, you have to strip off around the edge of the box on one side, only part of it. And then you just, there's a grouse went across. And then you just open it up, and there are little sections. You just take one section out at a time. It's good. It's Swiss chocolate. It's a lot better. It's real chocolate instead of strange stuff. And there you have it. So I'm going to put up a little more decorations outside. I like looking at them when I'm in the house at night. I turn them on where I can see them. It's very pretty then. And so now I'm on my way home. Oh, you like my little cap? It really keeps my head warm. It's amazing how much warmer it keeps my head than wearing a knitted one. This one comes way far to the front, so if there's any wind, it stops the wind. The sides of my face are warm then. My ears. And then this just slides right up on it, and Usually if I'm wearing a toque, you know, a knitted cap, when I go back or forward, it tries to shove it out of place. But this, it just slides over it because it's tied here. It can't go anywhere. It's my favorite kind of hat, and it also is very, I don't know. I like the style, Little House on the Prairie style. You know, the styles change. They go from one thing to the next, and they've got the 60s now and the 50s or whatever. Those black glasses and the horn rim glasses. We used to laugh at each other if they had horn rim glasses on back in the day. But now they're in style, so you don't dare laugh now. And these used to be in style in the, I don't know, 1700s, 1800s, 1600s, when the people came over and they were settling the plains, settling the whole colonies. Anyway, so I'm picking my fashions from that era. You can do that. People look at you strange though. Like if I had some weird hat that I'd made out of yarn or something, they would just take it in stride. Oh yeah, interesting, fashionable hat. But if I wear this, people don't think it's interesting and fashionable. They think, oh, you're in a costume. Isn't that odd? If I dressed up like the 60s with lots of beads and chained, you know, round chain belt and bell bottoms, no shoes, scarf around your head, hanging down the side, maybe a scarf hanging off your wrist, maybe off your belt buckle, your belt loop. Yes, indeed, those were the battle days. I have the good days are now. These are the best days. Every day is the best day. You know, I often wondered, you know, am I happy because I take Celexa? My Celexa keeps me from having the down parts. I have ADHD, and so you get these depression dips, and then SAD with the winter, seasonal affective disorder. So I can really get pretty depressed. So I take Celexa, and I thought, well, you know, is this really me, or am I just doped up? Is this somebody else, or some way that I wouldn't be? But I was talking to Mary Jane, and she knew me way before all that. Even when I was in a bad marriage, and I was a very happy person. I think I just learned how to be happy, and I have been happy ever since. Unless there's physical stuff happening in my brain which messes up my happiness. You know, like the not having enough light. Things like that. Anyway, it also keeps me sort of organized. I mean, I'm not an organized person at all, but it keeps my mind from jumping from topic to topic and twisting myself up in a knot so I fall down. So now I can just handle things. Anyway, so there we go. I've been chit-chatting away, and I wonder what you have to say. So you have to chit-chat back, or you have to use the comments because I can't hear you otherwise. Because you're all in that tiny little black hole right there. I had such a nice time with little baby Desmond. He's so sweet. He's just so innocent, pure. Trying so hard to walk and to go. He's got this whole living room with a wooden floor, and there's gates around to keep him out of other rooms, and he can just go. That's just his floor now. Away he goes. But you know what? When babies have on socks and slippers, you don't realize it, but babies' feet sweat. You have to take off their socks and change them because they get damp. Then you have good cold feet, even though you're taking such pains to keep his feet warm. I always like it when I like to change his diaper because it gives me a chance to take all of his clothes off his legs and stick his feet in his mouth. It's only so much time that he'll be limber enough to put his feet in his mouth. I just think it's a neat idea. They only do that when they're really, you know, like 4 months old or something. Well, I am continuing to help him to have that flexibility. And now that he's 8 months old. Do you know, babies sit straight up on the floor, but in other countries, like in the islands, in the Caribbean islands, people squat. They stand flat-footed, and then they just squat down so that their foot to their knee is straight, and then their hips are just a few inches off the floor. So they're like that. And their back is straight. And lots of them, they'll get together and they'll just sit around like that. Like stand around. I think it's not sure if it's standing or sitting. But they'll be just doing that in a circle. Never think anything else. I guess if you are used to sitting in chairs, you must change your limberness. And if you cross your legs, if you sit Indian style on the floor, it changes things so you're no longer able to squat like that. Is that squatting? I guess it is squatting. But they hang themselves off of their knee. The knee is sort of, your leg goes straight to your knee. And then from that, it curves down and then their back goes up. All very straight, 3 straight pieces. Okay, well, I've talked your ear off. I hope you've been listening, because there will be a test. And guess what? You can do this at home. And that's right, you heard it here last. You can do this at home, but results may differ. Ta-ta. Push the button. Push the button, push the button, push